Konnichiwa, what's up, sensei? I'm sorry. This one girl in TikTok always say that and sounds pretty cool. She's kind of half Japanese, I guess, or something. And why I started with this thing, because I've been building web applications since July 2023. And I will show you later what kind of application is that, but I'm very excited about it. And this application helps you, kind of helps self-assist you learn Japanese in general, not even in advance, because for example, I have up to 1000 kanji letters, which you can draw and learn it, And also I have feature flashcard, where it can help you learn by a flashcard, by creating your own flashcards. So yeah. As you can see right now, we have application here. That's how it looks like. It's not that nice looking right now for the first page, but because I've been working only for 2 features, one of them, as I mentioned, is alphabets, hiragana for example. It can draw you as you want, and here's romanji for example. The kanji one, it looks much better, I would say. For example, you have a lot of grades there. For example, you can 4 grade and can you draw it, for example, as you want. It takes time. And here there's like explanation, meaning of it, and onyomi, kunyomi spell. Some of them don't have it because they don't have, I guess, but I have to still verify it. Let's go back, and flashcard, that's how flashcard looks like. For example, if we go to kanji, it's by default, everybody will have it. It's not yet ready, this feature, but here what you can do is edit it, and create nodes, and as well as here you will see your node, and that's basically it is. So maybe I have to introduce the application to you. The name of the application is Taijobi, not Taijobi, because I made a mistake at the beginning of naming it, I guess. Because I thought it's gonna be Taijobi, not Taijobi, but it's alright. It's like Taijobi, it's, if you can translate to English, it will be kind of alright. So I'm gonna stick with Taijobi, it's alright, there's nothing wrong with that. And I just like it as well, so it's alright. And as I mentioned, they have 2 features. One of the alphabet is hiragana, katakana, kanji. Kanji is not yet done because we have 2000 kanji letters there. And the second is flashcards. So you can add your flashcards and learn it, Eventually it can be added some functionalities to that. For example, let's say smart learning, it's gonna be like kind of timer, you can learn it, And for example, another feature I think I can add eventually to it, like share feature. For example, you like to share your flashcard with other people. So I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, so for doing that, actually I need to build up kind of how it's gonna look like, because sometimes it takes time to imagine, to make it work, to design it, everything. So I have to think about it, because I'm doing on my own as well. So I'm learning as well a new thing, as I mentioned earlier, probably going with the topic, I guess. Why I'm doing that application is when I'm learning something new, I want to build application or whatever it can be that's gonna help me or other people. In this case, I'd like to learn Japanese, and why not to build the whole application? Why I'm building Japanese application? Because Duolingo, for example, it helps you to learn language. My application will be help you to dive in with the language as you wish. There's gonna be no levels. Basically, it's gonna be kind of assistant for you, like notes. When you use for them any notes applications, there's no kind of learning process or anything like that. You just create a new page and just write your notes wherever you want. The same thing here. Doesn't matter where you start. There's no, it's not going to be like kind of level or anything like that. It just use as you wish, For example, you just find one kanji letter and just learn it, save it, and learn it. That's all, Eventually, it's going to be also smart addition or something. It's going to be help you kind of as give, for example, if you don't know the word, it can give you like kind of suggestion to not to show the word, but it will give you a suggestion what exactly it means. You're gonna figure out what it means then, something like in that way. I think a lot of features can be implemented later for this platform. However, one of the important things, I guess, I try to make it open source as possible. What do you mean open source? It is actually open source. What does it mean open source? Like, it's public. That's all. Everyone can see the code. So this is going to be kind of, I think, a blueprint for other languages as well, that everybody can learn it. And I hope this what I'm building was going to be not only learning, not only learning application, it's going to be more than that. But for now, I would like to stick on this part. Once this part is getting like mature, then I can focus on other part. For example, I don't know, I can create, for example, news Japanese or whatever, you know. Programming, how I'm building this application, as I mentioned, it's a web application, because I'm eventually going to add some features that probably Apple or Google will not allow me to publish my application in their store. So that's why I'm focusing 100% on the application. But eventually I can create application out of it, because I don't, you know, the problem is when I'm building application and web application, it's different programming languages most of the time, and I don't want to deal with that. So that's second issue, I would say, and I want to keep as much less code, you know, identical, because eventually it's 3 different platforms we have: Android, Apple, Web. It's 3 different platforms that have their own issues. So, but still, I try to make them identical as much as possible. I can already do it, but still, I have to change something. But until then, I cannot do that. So I can add application, but it's not priority, because first of all, I want people test it out easily, you know, without installing anything. So everybody have access to web browser, so I just see that with my test contour and just see the contour account. So yeah, probably about tech stack. I'm using application, as I mentioned, this HealthKit. It's helping to build web application, medium, small. It can be large application as well. And for the backends, it's like front end and plus also backend, because also support Node.js in the backend. I use some of them. And another one will be for the backend, I use Pocketbase. It's new technology I'm trying to learn. It's similar to Firebase, but you can self-host it, which I find great. And it uses for database SQLite, which is embedded database of your application. It just basically lives with your application. Most of the time nowadays, application is outside its own servers, etc., such as Postgres, etc. But SQLite basically near to your application, which means the data will be so close to you. I mean, fetching the data. So yeah, platform, I'm gonna deploy it to Fly.io. I like what to do, and I'd like to continue to work with them. And next one will be, it will contain some applications, you know, inside of it. Another one will be, for example, not inside of it. No, actually no, like not inside of it. It's gonna be, for example, I want to get analytics, like cookie, you know. I try to not use Google Analytics because I don't like the cookie pop-up, so there's cookie-less. We can use store some only per analytical purpose, not any user data, you know. It's going to be Imamo. It's an application. It's another that I'm going to host on Fire.io. So yeah, I guess, yeah, maybe about UI. I'm using right now on Tailwind CSS. What I built so far, I used from scratch. I built from scratch basically using Tailwind CSS. But eventually I like to use Melt UI. It is kind of a new UI, not UI, like headless UI, where you can implement on top design on top of it as you want, but it will give you functionality of components, UI components. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah. That's it, I guess. This is gonna sum up my video. I hope this is gonna be the first video I've built that. Eventually I'm gonna find some new people gonna join me. For example, this month I will start my Japanese class, new class, and I'm very excited about that. And I try to kind of ask for Sensei to join me, at least for some features. For example, content-based stuff. She or he can kind of give an access, kind of opinion about that, you know. Because building alone is very hard. It's actually hard, but that's kind of journey that I'm taking. I've been taking, so that's how it is. But I'm very excited about this application. I'm gonna be continuously working on it for the next half 1 year, and this application gonna make my kind of name, you know. I can share everybody, hey, that thing I built that. Oh yeah, oh, and everybody gonna look at me, oh, he's not what I was talking about, you know. That's so cool. Because other application I built, which is not quite I want to, this application will completely depend on me most of the time, like most features. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So anyways, I wish you all the best. Have a good one. Bye.